Welcome, friends.
Oh, nice. You beat the fuck out of a cop.
This has nothing to
Right?
do with Sandro. We're just
Oh,
opening it up.
sorry about that, Walter. That's all Walter gets is a
Right.
sorry.
Sorry, Walter. What about sorry to
Yeah,
Roberto
look,
Sanchez?
that's part of our problem with respecting life.
We'll be talking about
I
that
mean,
on this
give yourself a
upcoming
minute to be
commercial break.
identified, chill out, take a breath, focus, think about the ramification of the action, not the order or some program. Alright, what's going on? Is he telling him he needs to cut his hair?
And I'm your holistic stylist, Suze. Spiritual researcher,
The Federal Bureau of Intimidation.
recorder of
Kind of
deeds,
classic.
scribe in the Presley mystery case, which connects to Roberto Sanchez.
Sure you're sorry, Val. Somebody needs to give you a good spanking. Hmm. Is that long enough for you? I mean, look at the cool our friend kept
Here we go.
in the middle of that chaos. I mean, you have to be proud when you are in a situation where you know attack is probable. I mean, you've already been attacked. You're trying to rationalize with people and keep your cool. That's what I really like about the real Sandro, aka Roberto Sanchez. He keeps his cool. You know, they told him that he wasn't him because his doppelganger, who passed in 2010, see, he has had permission to imitate Sandro, to be an actor. He did not have permission to plagiarize his legal flippin' name. And guess what happened when he did? Well, his wife, I'm talking about the doppelganger's wife, and her 3 kids went shopping. They also grabbed up the family jewels. They thought that would be a sensible thing to do. Well, like I told y'all, I guess it was, oh my goodness, about 3 weeks now, when they had, I watched 13 hours of a Senate court proceeding thing of South America, and everybody was there. And like I said, Roberto Sanchez is alive and well, and he had people who hated him, kind of like the Elvis story, kind of like when you hear there's 4 Trumps and 2 of them are clones. See, this is about the entertainment industry and acting. So, like I said, all you bitches that want to blame Hollywood, tag, man, you better get hip to the script. I always loved TV. When I was a kid, it was one of my only companions. And I always wonder, who was it that chose my programming? And it was my mom. I remember seeing Rosemary's Baby. I remember seeing The Stepford Wives. I remember seeing The Blob, the vampire movies. Always something scary. Except for every once in a while you get an Elvis movie. mm, on Channel 11. Now here's what's funny about that. See, since there was 2 different Elvi faces, they really could only show that movie for a limited time and lock it up in a vault because the next movie would be coming out with the dude with a different face. And yeah, there were a lot of people that are involved in this Elvis cover-up too. I'm really glad the whole JFK Jr. thing doesn't have multiple JFK Juniors. because y'all really get a headache. And anybody involved with that, you know what letter, which I never was. See, they know everything you do, so it doesn't matter. But for the people that got sucked into that, you're on a special list now. Isn't that great? And it all has to do with the 2020 election and this BFD primary supposed to be in November. I think it's all horse shit. They want to crash the economy. They want to shut down communication before a primary when most people already know the vote's not real and everybody's supposed to be running out to vote. And at the same time, there's not going to be any food on the shelves or no money. I mean, that's pretty stupid. You really need a number one international man of mystery to be some kind of flippin' maestro and have a group of married men and women that have some sensibility about themselves. And yeah, what's all those, was it military or was it cops? A whole bunch of dudes got sent to Guantanamo, man, to amp up. Now, here we've been being told this whole time it's us going to these places. Well, I think we the people is going to suggest to you that it's the bad guys going there. Now, I'd much rather see that reality. So, anybody that's hip better focus their attention. But it's time to get back to the movie, and it is way more interesting.
Okay. So that is my first dialogue during a commercial in this cool movie that I highly suggest you guys check out once I get it uploaded to YouTube. In the meantime, I do want to jump you back real quick to Sandro and just play you a snippet of this man. And this comes from the video that I cannot pronounce. And so, of course, I use this with the purpose of educating and sharing information. This is the real Sandro. I call this fine-ass Sandro in a silk robe. Let me show you.
Una película, que era la primera película que yo hacía como protagonista, Quiero llenarme de ti.
Look at this beautiful man. Born in 1945. He was a TV producer, an incredible musician, an actor, but he was also involved in politics. Can you believe that? So, see, this guy, the classy one, he was behind the scenes, and other actors were given the contract to perform under the name Sandro. Sandro's real name, here again, is Roberto Sanchez. Now, these other guys' names aren't Roberto Sanchez. So you see what happened is the one that passed in 2010 when they signed this living man's death certificate. Well, see, they were impersonating that name. And those women that weren't Roberto Sanchez's family, I mean, those very women, I mean, they kind of like stole the thing blind. Now here is the leather suit that I love to tease and say he stole Elvis's leather suit. But obviously that's not true and it's a joke. You see, they're familiar, is what he says out of his own mouth. So, when you run with the big boys, I guess everybody's got a tailor-made leather suit. I've never had a leather suit. Maybe I will one day. But in the meantime, I just wanted to bring that snippet, and I have made other videos about Sandro. Now that is not Sandro. Okay, see this one? Okay? That's one of the many that were able to impersonate him. He gave permission, just like whoever Elvis is. I mean the real Elvis, behind the scenes. That one gave permission for those other ones. Remember, we got blue eyes, we got brown eyes, we got long face, we got short face, and we have 2 different skin tones. I'm really not trying to mess up anybody's day. I'm just trying to show you how this has happened through time. Plug-in algorithm programs that good people have no control over, and you gotta play the game to win. So with that, peace, love, and light from the big yellow house on the 3rd cosmic ray. Next time somebody tells you you're dead, tell them to fucking blow you sideways. Just like my friend Sandro. Because he went into the record bureau and he said to the woman, "Hi, I'm Roberto Sanchez. I'm here." And she says, "No, it can't be. You're dead." She opens up the record book and shows him how he's dead. And he says, "My dear woman, be reasonable. I stand here right in front of you." Now, the important thing about that video that I love the most is when he went into the record bureau, you hear a baby cry. And whether that's his son, who I like to think of as #1 international man of mystery, whether it's his son or Elvis's son or their cousin's son, somebody's running the show. This isn't all being computer generated by an artificial intelligence that has nothing to do. This is serious. They're trying to show y'all the story. And recently, there was this major Senate hearing, like I said, and the place went buck-ass wild when they figured out that this man, that this whole country loves. See, that's not him. That last shot they flipped. But you see, they had one in Spain, they had one in France, and I'm going to have to connect this one more to the Brazil story with Mr. A.P. on YouTube. And Mr. A.P. tells him, "No, I'm born to European parents." But see, when you see names over and over, whether it's Brazil or Argentina, that's where our focus is. And since I'm not a geography expert, all I can tell you is in the Senate hearing, there were many, many, many provinces, or whatever you call them, where all these good people were speaking towards this atrocity. Because in the end, we also have a video of Roberto Sanchez's mama, who has the legal documents, and she had to give them up because she was German. Seeing if you come from royalty, just like y'all are hearing with all these disclosures, or whether you're part of the projects, they'll adopt you out to another family, won't they now? So, especially when you get to South America, they tend to take family pretty damn gum serious. I almost said a cuss word. Dag gum serious. So, we have his mother on what you call the deathbed, bringing the truth forward. And this will affect the entire globe, and it's affecting America right now, because it's going to bring all of these programs to light. So we'll talk soon.